I've been collecting physical media for over 20 plus years, accumulating over 1,000 titles, ranging from VHS to Blu-ray, ending with 4K. The majority of those titles being horror films, because if you're new to this channel and you don't already know, horror is my favorite genre. And in this video, I'll be showcasing every horror film that I currently owned, ranging from the above mentioned. So, without further ado, let's get this fucking party started. Let's go! Okay, starting off this video with my Arrow Video 4K/Blu-ray horror titles. Starting off with the first box set, which is the Chucky collection. This comes with Child's Play on Blu-ray, which is unusual, and then the rest of them on 4K, up to Cult of Chucky, and then Living with Chucky, which is a documentary about the franchise. Okay, next we've got Hellraiser Quartet of Torment box set. This comes with Hellraiser to Hellraiser Bloodline, 4 discs. Next we've got the Ring collection on Blu-ray. This comes with the 3 Ring films or Ringu films. This is the Blu-ray set, but I do know that there is a 4K release of this that you can get, and I will get it eventually. Next we've got Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge on Blu-ray. I did not like this horror film. Next we've got a Robert Eggers film, The Lighthouse, a folklore horror film. Great movie, this one. We've got Blade just sitting around by himself on 4K, the first Blade film. Next, we've got The Hills Have Eyes, rest in peace, Wes Craven. This is a great horror film about hillbillies, just so underrated. Okay, moving on to Dark Water. This is the Arrow Store exclusive 4K. The slipcase is a store exclusive. I think it's out of print now, but this is just a great Japanese horror film. My favorite Japanese horror film of all time. Okay, next we've got Children of the Corn, the first one, which is the best one in my opinion, on 4K. Then we've got Alice Sweet Alice, my favorite Giallo film. This is the 4K, and then I've also got the Blu-ray here. This is also an Arrow Store exclusive slipcase, which is out of print. Okay, up here we've got Don't Breathe 2. Then we've got The Invisible Man. We've got Children of the Corn on Blu-ray. I'll probably end up selling that. And then we've got The Hills Have Eyes on Blu-ray, which I'll probably end up selling as well. Okay, moving along here to Dark Water on Blu-ray. I won't get rid of this because I love this film. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 80s remake with Donald Sutherland, rest in peace. The Stuff, which has now been released on, will be released on 4K, so pre-order yours today. Limited edition coming out soon. I've already pre-ordered mine. This is Kenneth Branagh's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with Robert De Niro, really cool movie. Society, just a great Brian Usna body horror film. Audition, a messed up Japanese film. We got Blind Beast. Creepshow 2, which is probably my favorite in the franchise. We've got Phenomena, Dario Argento, starring a young Jennifer Connelly. George A. Romero's The Crazies, still haven't seen that movie. Night of the Comet, a great End of the World film. And then now moving on to the next shelf. Moving on to shelf 2, first we have The Hitcher, limited edition 4K release by Second Sight Films. This is just a big chunky limited edition release with a whole bunch of goodies. I absolutely love this release, and I love this film. Rest in peace, Rucker Hauer. Definitely a great 4K to own. Okay, now let's okay, how are we gonna do this? Okay, and the next title is the Critters collection, which comes with Critters 1, 2, 3, and 4. In my opinion, the first 2 Critters films are the best, and then the rest are just horrible. Okay, From Dusk Till Dawn trilogy, 1 to 3. Next is the Zavvi Store exclusive, The Lost Boys 4K box set, which comes with a steelbook and a whole bunch of goodies. This is out of print now. Next, we've got Vincent Price in The House of Wax. This is really hard to find. Now, this one, This is the 4K of Child's Play. Now, I bought this separately because the box set, which I mentioned earlier, doesn't come with the 4K. It only comes with the Blu-ray for some reason. It's probably got to do with the rights. But anyways, that's the 4K by Shout Factory. All right, next we have Men on Blu-ray, a really crazy, just over-the-top British horror film. Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, Red Dragon, Wolf Creek, a great Australian horror film based on a true story, vaguely. Spit on Your Grave, the original. We got 13 Ghosts, the original and the remake. We've got The Haunting here, a great film starring Catherine Zeta-Jones and Liam Neeson. Okay, we got Bad Ronald, a great television movie on Blu-ray. This isn't a official release though. It's a Warner Archive collection release, a manufacturer on demand release. Great television movie about this kid that kills this girl by accident, and then his mother hides him in the house. Crazy film. Anyways, I Know What You Did Last Summer on Blu-ray, and then I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, Fried Barry, Flatliners, Get Out, Us, Final Destination, the box set, a Nightmare on Elm Street collection. I can't wait to replace this with the 4Ks that are coming out later this year. Freddy vs. Jason, just such a great movie, so underrated, and so many good memories when I first watched that. A Nightmare on Elm Street remake, a lot of people hate that, but I thought it was quite good actually. The Scream collection, 4 films. So take a look at the back here. It comes with the 4 Scream films. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I do have this on 4K. This is by Second Sight. Next is the remake, Lords of Salem, Friday the 13th 8 film collection, The Lighthouse on Blu-ray, Christmas Evil, probably the best, most underrated Christmas horror film to date, Spiral, a lesser known LGBTQIA+ horror film that not many people have seen by Shudder. A really great horror film, that one. Check this one out if you have the time, people. They Live, The Long Weekend, or I should say Long Weekend. This is a great, underrated Aussie horror film, just about this couple that disrespect the land, disrespect where they're staying, they're camping at this beach, and then the land starts to just kill them. Anyways, okay, so by itself, we've got the Halloween Complete Collection Blu-ray box set here, which comes with Halloween all the way to the Rob Zombie Halloween 2 unrated director's cut. And then here, we've got the A Nightmare on Elm Street 4K box set by Warner Brothers. This is the Steelbook box set edition, which comes with a whole bunch of goodies. And again, I can't wait for the Steelbook box set to come out later this year on 4K with the rest of the movies. Okay, so we got, where are we up to? The Invisible Man on Blu-ray. The Descent. This is so underrated, this movie. Descent 2, which wasn't that bad. The Devil's Backbone, an early Guillermo del Toro horror film. Just this one is underrated as well. Just highly recommend it. The Exorcist on Blu-ray. The House of Wax remake. The Lost Boys on Blu-ray. Now, in my opinion, these Hellraiser films have the best transfer, even better than the 4K, if I'm being honest. So I've got the Blu-ray, I got the sequel, and then I got the third one on Blu-ray here. And this transfer is actually the best, if I'm being honest. I don't know why, but it looks the best for some reason. I don't know what they did to it. Okay, then we got Robert Eggers' The Witch, and then we got Rob Zombie's 31, and yeah, I still haven't seen 31, but I gotta check it out. All right, now moving on to the next shelf. This is shelf 3. So first I'll be going over the Blu-rays and 4Ks that are in front of you here, and then I'll show you what's behind. Okay, so the first Blu-ray box that I have is the Universal Monsters 8 film collection here. Now, this has been released on 4K, but I have to upgrade soon. Anyways, next we've got the out of print limited edition box set of The Wicker Man. This is just an aesthetically beautiful box set with so much detail and effort that they put into this. And this, I got this from Zavvi. This is very expensive now, but I got it when it was new and it was a lot cheaper. Next, we've got the Hellraiser box set with the first 3 Hellraiser films on Blu-ray by Arrow Video. Okay, now this is where a lot of my Australian imprint via vision releases are. So we've got the Black Phone or Black Phone, and this is a limited edition release, limited to 2,500 copies. I really love this set, and it goes for quite cheap online, so I had to pick it up, and I can't wait to see the sequel. Okay, so going over these now. So we've got Mothman Prophecies, just probably one of the scariest films I've ever seen in my life, because it's also based on a true story. So let's keep on cruising. Okay, moving on to the next title, The Brotherhood of Satan. This is a great lesser-known horror film. First half was great, second half was terrible due to the practical effects. It was over the top, but I absolutely love this film. It's a cult film about this family, and the kids get kidnapped. It's just a great film about this cult in the middle of country America. Definitely check this film out if you have a chance. Made in the 70s. Okay, next film is The Awakening, a Mike Newell film starring Charlton Heston and Susanna York. Definitely a cool horror film that I bet not many people have seen out there, about this mummy that comes to life out of this coffin. Definitely check this one out. Huge hidden gem. Put this back. All right, moving on to my Wicker Man box set. This is the limited edition box set by Imprint Films, aka Via Vision Entertainment. This comes with a whole bunch of goodies and different cuts of the movie. Okay, and I'll just take this out so I can show you all. This comes with the Wicker Man. What version is this? Special features and original soundtrack. So this is one of the Blu-rays that come with this set, and then we've got the Wicker Man theatrical and director's cut, and show you that there. And then we've got the Wicker Man, the final cut. Okay, and then this is everything that it comes with. So you can pause it here, have a look, and if you like what you see, then and you can find it, definitely pick it up. Okay, moving on to the next title. So I've got A Reflection of Fear. I actually saw this weird Let's Get Jessica to Death. The Gift, starring Keanu Reeves and Cate Blanchett. Stir of Echoes. I do have this on 4K though, and I'll show you that in a bit. So what else do we have? Okay, so now up here, probably should have done this before. We got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K. Now for me, I do want to get the limited edition version with the box set and all the goodies, because it is one of my favorite horror films. Then we have by Blue Underground, Zombie. This has multiple titles if you know this movie. Okay. We got Goodnight Mummy. Just look at that cover. That's just, yeah, that's wild. A crazy Aussie horror film, Dead End Drive-In. This is the limited edition release. This is a 4K release, 2 discs by Umbrella Entertainment. Still haven't seen that. Next, we have the great black and white film, Eyes Without a Face. This is a French horror film. Haven't seen this yet, but I will eventually. And finally, Intruder, a independent, just lesser known, cheaply made horror film that just looks like a great watch that really you don't need to pay much attention to. And then moving on here, we've got Jacob's Ladder. Now, when I picked this up, it was out of print. So I paid $50 for this, but when it came out, it was $25, $30. But I love this movie. This is such a great film. Okay, moving on to what do we got here? We got the Blair Witch Project Collection on Blu-ray. This comes with the 2 movies that they made, and then a whole bunch of special features in this hard box. Grew up watching these movies. Like everybody, we all thought it was real, but yeah, now it's kind of a bit of a joke. Now moving on to the next shelf. Okay, before I show you what's behind what's on display here, let me go over what I've got here on display now. Midsummer Director's Cut 4K. The only way to get this on 4K is by purchasing it from the A24 website, but this is a beautiful release. Quite expensive, but prior to buying the 4K, I only had the Blu-ray, but I absolutely love this book 4K. It just comes with 1 disc, the 4K. Anyways, moving on to the substance. This is the German limited edition media book. I love this movie, my favorite movie of 2024. Now this here I got on eBay after it went out of print and people were selling it for obscene amounts of money on eBay. I picked this up for $250, brand new, from someone in Victoria, which is another state in Australia. This here, I will never open. I love The Exorcist, one of my favorite horror films of all time. This is the UK Amazon exclusive 4K Blu-ray, and I don't know how many discs, but it's got a bunch of discs, bunch of goodies. And this I got from a thrift shop recently, the Omen trilogy on DVD, because I love the artwork, and it was sealed and it was only $5. Now let me show you what's behind here. Okay, we've got 2 more shelves to go after this one, but let's start here with the Vincent Price collection. This is a great set that I got many years ago on Boxing Day. This comes with all these movies. I just love Vincent Price films. Very just amazing. Okay, so we got Bunny Lake is Missing. We got S or S. We got the other underrated Black Christmas, Dead and Buried, Scarecrows, Michelle's favorite, Happy Birthday to Me. So, I'm only showing the horrors today. Where are we? The Sentinel. This, I love this. I had never seen it before. Great horror film about this girl. She's living in this apartment in New York, and just where she's living is haunted. Just a great film. Okay, next we've got The Town That Dreaded Sundown. True story. The Burning. Audrey Rose. These are sticking together. Candyman, rest in peace, Tony Todd. Just the greatest, just one of the greatest horror films ever made. House by the Cemetery, a Lucio Fulci film. I still haven't seen this one. April Fool's Day. Wes Craven's The Serpent and the Rainbow, rest in peace, Wes Craven. Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse, rest in peace, Tobe Hooper. My Bloody Valentine, the original. Kiss of the Vampire. The Guardian. Now, I gotta talk to you about this. This is a William Friedkin horror film. The man who made the legendary The Exorcist. Now, great horror film about this woman that's actually a tree, and it's about these tree spirits, and a really crazy horror film. The Ring remake with the Australian Naomi Watts. So where are we? Videodrome, a great Cronenberg body horror film. You'll Like My Mother, Night of the Demon, The Tenant, Deadly Blessing, another Wes Craven film. Still haven't seen that one. The Night House, The House That Jack Built. This is one of the best remakes. The Hills Have Eyes, 1 and 2. The sequel wasn't good. The Orphan, the sequel, Orphan First Kill. M. Night Shyamalan's Old. Poltergeist. Great horror film, that one. Rest in peace to the little girl who passed away in that. Dracula 2000. I grew up watching this. I love this. This is a Wes Craven film too. I don't know what it is about this one. This one, just check it out. It's so good. Resident Evil, The Final Chapter. I haven't seen that still. Then I got the Rob Zombie Halloween. And then I got this sent to me actually. This is the remake of Halloween. Then we got Scream. Bone Tomahawk, probably one of the greatest horror films I've seen in the last 10 years. And now moving on to the next shelf. Okay, and boom, moving on to the next shelf. We have Mother. We've got The Evil Dead. Resident Evil. The transfer to this wasn't the greatest. American Psycho. Then we have, let's see if I can do this. We have Scream and Scream 2 on 4K. Probably the best Scream movies in the franchise. Then we have The Exorcist on DVD. Thank you for this one, Michelle. And we have The Exorcist. I got this because I never thought I'd get that limited collector's edition box or whatever you want to call it, the deluxe edition. We got Brightburn. This is kind of fits in the horror genre. It's a superhero horror type movie. And 10 Cloverfield Lane, which in my opinion is the best Cloverfield film ever made, and the only Cloverfield film that I've seen, because if you watch this film, you'll know it's such a great movie. All right, we got Grandmother's House and Jack Frost. Now, if you can find these releases with the slip cases, yeah, they go for obscene amounts of money online. But anyways, Moving on, we've got The Last House on the Left, the original. We got Midsummer on Blu-ray. We got Hereditary on Blu-ray. The Seventh Sign. We got the Saw films. We got Saw 3, Saw 1, and then Saw 2. We got Society. This is the German release. I got this before. This is by Cape Light. I got this before I got the American Arrow Video release. We got the Banana Splits movie. This is terrible. I'll probably throw it in the bin after this. Then we've got From Beyond by H.P. Lovecraft. Drag Me to Hell, a great Sam Raimi horror film. Case 39. This highly underrated. Silent Hill. The Poltergeist. Shaun of the Dead. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. House at the End of the Street. Now, rest in peace to Paul Walker. I've got 2 copies. I've got Joyride, and then I got Roadkill. So same movie, different title, but still the same film. This one came damaged, and then this one is the UK release. And it was released with the same title in Australia. But I just love that movie. Just great concept. Don't Look Now, rest in peace Donald Sutherland. Great, just psychological, just mindfuck. The Stepfather, the original. The Stepfather, the remake. 28 Days Later, can't wait to see the new one 28 years later. The Gorgon. Escape Room, I love this film, very underrated. Howling Village, I got this sent to me by MVD. Let the Right One In. Great Swedish vampire horror film. Wrong Turn and Cabin Fever. Wrong Turn, which has absolutely nothing to do with the Wrong Turn I just mentioned before this. This is really just highly recommend this one. This one kind of just flew under the radar. Nobody ever, talked about it. Anyways, we've got Dawn of the Dead remake. This is probably one of the best remakes in existence. Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead remake by George A. Romero. By Tom Savini. Day of the Dead. Frailty. This is a great lesser-known Matthew McConaughey, just psychological horror film with Bill Paxton, rest in peace. Just, I love it. Clive Barker's The Midnight Meat Train. I love this movie. This, you won't be disappointed. This, entertaining. The House, October Built. The Green Inferno, just a great Eli Roth film. Dario Argento's Deep Red, haven't seen that. The People Under the Stairs, a classic Wes Craven film. He's just the best director when it comes to filmmaker in general, when it comes to horror films. The Harvest, this is a great lesser-known horror film. White Noise. Death Valley, just great horror film with the kid from A Christmas Story. I forgot his name. Clown, produced by Eli Roth. Trick or Treat. Feast by Wes Craven. Frozen, a film about these people that are stuck on a chairlift. Then we've got Mandy, probably Nicolas Cage, one of my favorite Nicolas Cage films. Highly recommend this one. Out of a lot of these movies, this is one you should check out, and you must. Okay, next we've got The Omega Man with Charlton Heston. What a great end of the world, just horror film. Next we've got The Omen Collection, which comes with Omen 1 to 3. The Devil's Rejects, a great Rob Zombie horror film, which is part of a trilogy of films. This is probably the best one in that franchise. The Evil Dead on Blu-ray. Evil Dead 2, which I have to pick up on 4K, because I've got the first one on 4K. The Evil Dead 2. We got Fright Night. I do also have this on 4K. A really good vampire film. Fright Night remake. This is the 3D, which comes to the 2D version. Rest in peace, Anton Yelchin. That's a decent remake, I will say that. VFW and Bliss. We've got Rosemary's Baby on Blu-ray, the Australian release. We've got another Blu-ray of Stir of Echoes. And then we've got a great slasher, Urban Legend. Now this, I saw it many years ago for the first time, but this is just a great movie that more people should watch. Just highly recommend this one. This one, great. And I love the ending. The twist at the end is really just such a cool ending. Now on to the last shelf, which is my Stephen King horror movies, because the way I have this arranged, I'm a bit of a idiosyncratic weirdo that way. This is my Stephen King collection. I've got 4Ks, Blu-rays and DVDs mixed here, but let's start this shelf with my NRA-LAB titles. Okay, first we've got Misery on 4K. This comes with the Blu-ray as well. My favorite Stephen King film of all time. Then we've got Needful Things. Not really the greatest film, if I'm being honest. And then we've got Graveyard Shift. I still haven't seen this one, but let's move these aside. Okay, now we got the first Creepshow on Blu-ray. We got Silver Bullet, The Mist. We got Doctor Sleep, Right in the Bullet, Pet Sematary, Green Mile, Dark Tower, Pet Sematary, Carrie, Cujo, and Salem's Lot on DVD. Thank you for that one, Michelle, as well. And I got just a loose copy of Dream Story by Arthur Schnitzler, the movie that Eyes Wide Shut was based on. Okay, now moving on to my Stephen King films. Okay, so we got The Golden Years. We've got The Langoliers and The Stand. We've got Rose Red. We've got Storm of the Century. This is out of print and cost me just a handful of pennies. We got The Shining TV film, which in my opinion is the better version. We got 2 copies of Misery because I wanted this one for the special features, and this was the original one that I got. We got The Running Man. Okay, we got Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining here. And we got 4K of The Shining. Okay, where are we going now? So we got, and then we got Misery on Blu-ray. Then we got another copy of Misery on Blu-ray. This is the 4K scan on Blu-ray though. I got that one before I got the 4K by NRA-LAB. Then we got the 4K of Creepshow. And then moving on to A Good Marriage. Let's just take these off here. Okay. All right, and then we've got Room 1408, just in my opinion, so underrated. The Dead Zone, which is coming out in 4K soon. Silver Bullet, which I still haven't opened on 4K. It Remake Part 2. Kingdom Hospital television series. Then we've got Stephen King's The Shining miniseries. This, in my opinion, is the best version of The Shining to watch. That's just my opinion. Then we've got The Stand on Blu-ray, even though I got it on DVD, because I always have to upgrade. So then we've got Apt Pupil, rest in peace, Brad Renfro. I haven't seen this one. Secret Window, highly underrated Johnny Depp horror film. Okay, and then we've got the original It miniseries, and this is the Steelbook version. Now, in my opinion, this is a lot better than the remake with Bill Skarsgård. I don't know why. This is just Tim Curry. Yep, the best. Okay, and then we've got The Mist, the Steelbook version, which cost me an arm and a leg. Dolores Claiborne. We got the TV series The Outsider. We got Doctor Sleep on 4K. We got Salem's Lot on Blu-ray. We got Castle Rock, which is an anthology television series. Then we've got Christine on 4K about a killer car. And then we got Cat's Eye. Now this is an anthology horror film. It's got like 3 or 4 stories in the one movie. And then we've got Under the Dome, which I think is primarily sci-fi, but it's got horror elements to it. But anyways, now let's start the new bookshelf. Boom. Okay, starting off the next bookshelf with the first title, and the first title is Cemetery Man, a weird Italian horror film by Severin Films. Then we've got the out of print, the Twilight Zone movie, which cost me an arm and a leg. And then we've got The Gate, a highly underrated horror film. Anyways, next is Spell. This is a decent horror film. We got this horror television series called The Terror. First half of the series was interesting, and then it kind of, I don't know, fell off. The Last of Us, and I can't wait to see season 2. And The Prisoner, a remake series starring Ian McKellen and Jim Caviezel. Okay, a lot of these are TV series. So starting off with this Outer Limits, Volume 1, Seasons 1 to 4. This is the remake of the original series. This is on DVD. And then we've got seasons 5 to 7, volume 2. And you can only get these in Australia, actually, like, you should all know that. Then The Prisoner, the original series. Then we've got the original Twilight Zone series on Blu-ray, season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then season 1 of the remake series, which is okay. And then we've got, this is a really cool show called The Ray Bradbury Theatre. A lot of the Simpsons episodes, the Treehouse of Horror episodes, I should say, based their stories from this TV show. And then we've got the In Search Of limited edition box set with all the episodes, all the seasons, and we've also got Gretel and Hansel, the Osgood Perkins version of the movie, the dark fairy tale turned into an R-rated gruesome horror film. Then we've got Interview with a Vampire with Tom Cruise. Then we've got Antichrist with William Dafoe. That's an underrated horror film. Then I got this sent to me by MVD, The Evil Dead Trap, weird Japanese horror film. Then we've got Shutter Island, and this is a lesser known horror film, Race with the Devil. This isn't a horror film, I don't think, because I've never seen it, but this is a really great horror film about these people that are camping and they stumble upon this cult, and the cult is sacrificing this woman, and then they get chased in it. But yeah, really just amazing movie, that one. And that's it for this shelf. Now on to the next shelf. Boom, starting off this shelf with Channel Zero, the complete series collection on Blu-ray. You can only get this on Blu-ray here in Australia. This is a really cool show. Each season is a bit like American Horror Story, and yeah, the first one I've seen, but I haven't seen the other ones. But yeah, really great, underrated horror. I think it's a Canadian television show. And moving on to my Chucky Blu-ray box set here. This is the lenticular version. This comes with these 7 Chucky films. And then we've got a Serbian film, which is a very messed up movie. And we've got, this is a highly underrated vampire television series, The Strain, season 1. Then we've got The Strain, season 2. Then we've got The Strain, the 3rd season. And then they released the 4th and final season on DVD, which is a bit unusual, but yeah, highly underrated vampire, just great horror series, ultra realistic. And then here I've got Tales from the Dark Side, the complete series on DVD, and it comes with all the seasons in this metal tin here. I'll just put that away. I haven't seen an episode of this. I got it many years ago, but I've got so many movies and television series. I got to start with this show. It's been too long. Anyways, now moving on to the next shelf. And starting off this shelf with one of the only VHS horror tapes that I do have, and that is Disturbing Behavior on VHS. I got this the other day at a thrift store for $3.50. But yeah, I love this movie. Sci-fi horror film about these kids at the school that are bad, and then if you mess up in school, they change you and they turn you into a good student. Anyways, Hereditary on 4K. We've got Delicatessen on 4K. That's kind of horror. The Howling on 4K. Great werewolf horror film. And of course, They Live on 4K. Just a great horror film. Rest in peace, Roddy Piper. Now moving on to what's on my shelf. So first title is the Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray collection here box set. Now I know there is a 4K version of this, but at the time it was very expensive and I didn't really care, but I might pick up the 4K eventually. Okay, moving on to, we got House of Sorority Row. We've got Mortuary. We've got Suspiria, my favorite Dario Argento film of all time. We've got Freeway by Vinegar Syndrome, Possession, Lord of Illusions, We got Martyrs, one of my favorite horror films of all time. Just so gruesome but well-told story. The Devil's Candy, Old Boy, Monkey Shines, Hobo with a Shotgun, and Dagon. Now, Dagon, I want to talk about this one. This is a highly underrated, just science fiction horror film by H.P. Lovecraft about these people that go to this island, and the island is full of these creatures and they have to survive. It's just such a great movie, that one. Slither, Undead, an Australian zombie horror film. Then moving on to I Know What You Did Last Summer, the first one. Then I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which was actually a pretty good sequel. Now we're moving on to Rosemary's Baby, one of my favorite horror films of all time, just Roman Polanski. The Amityville Horror Collection comes with Amityville Horror and then to Amityville 3D. And this is the Blu-Ray collection, the Australian version by Vision Entertainment. Now we're moving on to the Amityville Horror 4K release. And who put this out? 88 Films put this out. Great transfer. Okay. Human Centipede 3-film collection. This is the Clint Howard Ice Cream Man by Vinegar Syndrome. Resident Evil collection here on Blu-ray, which comes with the first one to Resident Evil Retribution. End of the line, a really crazy independent horror film that's all set in this underground train station. Really, really underrated horror film, and I got this from TerraVision, their website. The Wicker Man on Blu-ray, the original Wicker Man. Paper House. Now this is out of print, and they've only released it in France. Now, France and Russia. And I need to talk about this film because it's such a great film that everybody should watch. It's about this young girl who begins having these fever dreams, and she meets this boy that she drew one day. She drew a picture, and then in her fever dreams, she actually meets him in the dream, and just such a great film. And Hans Zimmer, I got 2 copies because I love this movie. Hans Zimmer did the score to this movie, and just an awesome score. Okay, moving on to Dream Scenario, the German media book, the 4K, and that's the only way you can get this on 4K because they didn't release it on 4K anywhere else. Hansel and Gretel, the TV movie. Blue Sunshine by Cinema Obscure, one of my favorite Jeff Lieberman horror films of all time. About these people that lose their hair because they took this drug 30 years prior. Then present day, the drug has a delayed effect because the person who cooked the drug, they made a bad batch. But great, just rest in peace, Zalman King. Great horror film. And then we've got, okay, that's it for this shelf. Moving on to the next shelf. And boom! Now this shelf right here has a lot of the greatest horror films that I own on 4K and Blu-ray. But starting off first with What Lies Beneath. Now I got this yesterday. I will be doing a full unboxing and review of this, so keep a lookout for this when I upload it on my channel, because if you're not subscribed, you'll miss out. So first title is Halloween Kills on 4K. Then we've got Halloween H2O on 4K. Probably one of my favorite Halloween films. Hannibal, Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs on 4K. And a lot of these titles in general are, they're from Kino Lorber Studio Classics, because I think they're a good company and they release quality 4Ks. So we got Play Misty for Me. Then we've got The Visit, really cool movie. Moving on to, okay, Night of the Hunter. Then we've got the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which is the best version in my opinion. Then we've got the remake with Donald Sutherland, rest in peace, of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Then we've got a Christmas horror film, which is Silent Night, Deadly Night. And this is the only 4K that I own that I can't watch because you need a region-free player to play the 4K, even though 4Ks in general are region-free. So I don't know what they were thinking with this release. Okay, moving on to the original Stepfather. What a great movie. I love this film. Then we've got Zodiac, starring Mark Ruffalo, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Robert Downey Jr. for the first time on 4K with the Blu-ray and digital code. Then we've got the first Friday the 13th. Okay, now the next title is the first Halloween on 4K. Halloween 2 on 4K. And then we've got This Is Another Witch, Halloween 4, Halloween 5. I've got 2 copies of The Faculty. One sealed, one not sealed. Don't ask, it's a long story. Then we've got Signs, Sixth Sense. Okay, and next we've got Fear.com by Vinegar Syndrome. God Told Me To by Blue Underground. The Substance on 4K. Stir of Echoes Lenticular Steelbook. 7 Steelbook. Long Legs on 4K. Get Out and Us Steelbook Limited Edition 2 movie collection here, which comes with the 4K, the Blu-ray and digital code. And next we've got Men. This is a great British horror film. Highly recommend this one, with an awesome soundtrack by, I think his name is Ben Salisbury. Really, really cool horror film about this woman that's grieving, and she goes to stay at this little cottage in the middle of country England somewhere, and yeah, she just, all these guys try to attack her. It's such a great horror film that if you haven't seen it, check it out. Okay, and moving on to, got Scream 3. Next, a lesser known horror film which stars a young Viggo Mortensen, titled The Reflecting Skin by Philip Ridley. This is a great vampire film that not many people have seen. It's a gothic horror film about this small town and this kid whose neighbor is a vampire. Just check it out if you haven't seen it. The next we've got Infinity Pool by Brandon Cronenberg, David Cronenberg's son. This is an interesting horror film about cloning. And then finally, we've got Fright Night on 4K, the original, the 80s Fright Night. This is the 4K Steelbook, which comes with a Blu-ray version of the movie and a digital code. Now, I love this iconic original theatrical poster artwork, but also a great horror film about vampires. Now on to the final shelf here. Night of the Living Dummy 3 on VHS. Welcome to Dead House. Werewolf of Fever Swamp. The Haunted Mask. Stay Out of the Basement. And A Night in Terror Tower. So, now moving on to The Witches. Now, this is definitely one of my favorite. This is definitely a horror film for kids, but when I watch this, yeah, it still freaks me out to this day. And this release, this is an official Blu-ray release, and you can only get this from the UK, and this cost me over $200. But yeah, just such a great, cool set here that comes with all these goodies, and I did a in-depth unboxing of that. If it's on my channel if you're interested. Next is Wrath on Blu-ray. Then before I got the official Blu-ray release of Witches, I got the Spanish version of it. This is an official release as well, but it's got an English audio track, but this is a Spanish release from Spain. And then next we've got Rosemary's Baby. This is out of print. This is by the Criterion Collection. This is a Blu-ray version of Rosemary's Baby. Definitely one of my favorite horror films of all time. Next is David Cronenberg's Scanners. Now, I'm waiting to get the 4K, which I've ordered from Zavvi, and I'll be doing an in-depth review and unboxing of that one. And finally, David Lynch's, rest in peace, Eraserhead. This is an unusual sci-fi horror film about this guy that has to babysit this creature type. I don't even know what you'd call it, but yeah, if you've seen this movie, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, what a just gnarly film. Next, we have the George A. Romero Night of the Living Dead. This is the Blu-ray release by the Criterion Collection, and in my opinion, this is definitely one of the greatest zombie films of all time. This film was way ahead of its time, and it definitely broke the race barrier. What a great film. Now, I know Criterion have put this out on 4K, and I definitely have to pick it up in the near future. Anyways, moving on. So here we have Erie, Indiana. This is a horror theme-based television series for kids, but it still fits into the horror genre. Then we have R.L. Stine's The Nightmare Room. This is an anthology series, same as Erie, Indiana. Then we have season 3 of Are You Afraid of the Dark? These are the Australian releases. Season 2. Season 1. These are official releases. And now we have R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour, the series. So these came out in volumes. So volume 6, volume 5, and then we have 4. This is probably my favorite volume because I think that's got the episode Creamy Cold, and I really like that one. No, it's actually this one, volume 3. So I think, yeah, the Catching Cold, yeah. Anyways, and then we got volume 2, and then the first volume, which is comes with the first couple of episodes, and there are a few episodes on these, few episodes each, but there is no complete collection release of this show. I love the show, it's a great show. Next is the entire Goosebumps collection here on DVD. This is the UK release. This comes with all the episodes on DVD. And finally, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Complete series 3 and 4, which comes with the 3rd and 4th seasons of the show. But the other seasons, I think 5 and 6, and the movies that they released, those have never officially been released. You can get burn-on-demand versions of those movies if you're interested. And you thought I was done, but I'm not. And here we have the Australian release of the complete collection, seasons 1 to 4 of the Goosebumps, the original Goosebumps 90s television series, the anthology series. Here in Australia, it used to air on a channel called ABC, I'm pretty sure, here in Australia. I can't remember because I was a kid when this had first come out. So they're really cool box set of the show. Then we have Carly Beth, and then we have Slappy on the other side. Boo, viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Before I forget, I do also have The House of the Devil by Ty West. This is the Blu-ray release by Umbrella Entertainment. Memoirs of a Murder. The remake of The Crazies. And this title here, which is, I can't even read what it says there, but yeah, that's a horror movie that I got on Boxing Day. Okay. So next, we've got Dolls, End of Days, Children of the Corn 2, Children of the Corn 3, then Come to Daddy, Identity, ABCs of Death 2, American Werewolf in London, Skin Deep, A Day of Judgment, Bram Stoker's Dracula on Blu-ray, Gothica. This is a great Halle Berry, just an insanely creepy film. We've also got Ma on Blu-ray, the first Orphan film, The Skin I Live In, okay, The Number 23, The Nanny, The Collector, Suspiria remake, which wasn't too bad, but it doesn't beat the original Suspiria. And then we've got the remake of The Hitcher. Moving on to another copy of The Wicker Man, the original from the 70s. Then the remake of The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage, which is considered the worst film ever made, but I digress. It's not a bad film. The Fog on Blu-ray. Prince of Darkness. Now, I still haven't seen this movie, but it looks phenomenal. Moving on to The Black Phone on Blu-ray. I've got the Hostel 1, 2, and 3 on Blu-ray. This is the collection here. Then we've got Mikey. Okay, we got Ghoulies 1 and 2. I despise these movies. I've seen them, not the greatest. We've got this weird Korean horror film called A Tale of Two Sisters. And then Cannibal Holocaust. Now, I saw this once and I won't watch it again. I don't like the way they treated the animals in that movie. But anyways, Zombieland on Blu-ray. Okay. The Messengers 1 and 2. All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. This stars Amber Heard. It's actually not a bad movie. Then Communion. Now, out of the entire world we live in, Australia is the only country to release this on Blu-ray if you like this movie and you want to upgrade from the DVD. Ginger Snaps Trilogy. Doppelganger, starring a young Drew Barrymore. Swim Fan. This is kind of horror. Then moving on to... What else? Oh, yeah. Black String, a great underrated Frankie Muniz horror film about Frankie Muniz who sleeps with this prostitute and he gets this STD, STI, and then it morphs into this sinister thing. And anyways, Seda, I've never seen this, but I remember picking it up when it was new for like $30. Okay, then we've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. This is actually a decent watch. The Keep, which I have to get on 4K sometime. Summer Camp Nightmare, and this is a DVD that I made. You can watch the whole movie on YouTube. This is just a great, fun movie about these kids. They go to this summer camp and they take hostage the summer camp and they tie up all the counselors. Just an interesting watch. Intruders. This is a horror film based on real-life encounters with aliens. This is a great Wes Craven, underrated, lesser-known horror film starring Bobby Phillips and Larry Miller. Rest in peace, Wes Craven. This is a great film about this clown. Larry Miller did a great job. Creepy film as well. Now, this is my most expensive, or one of my most expensive horror films that I currently own. This is Crawl Space, the 1972 TV movie. Really, really great movie by Wild Eye Releasing. And it's a TV movie about this drifter that stays with this elderly couple. They let this drifter stay in their basement. And then in this small town, all these unusual occurrences start to happen, like a store window gets smashed, someone gets attacked, and all signs point to this drifter. Just a great film, and that cost me an arm and a leg. It was, I think, over $150. But yeah, if you can find this on DVD for a good price, I would recommend that you get it. Now, the final title is The Stepford Wives, another out-of-print title that's only been released on DVD, never on Blu-ray or 4K. A great film starring Catherine Ross and Paula Prentice about this family that moved to this town. And Catherine Ross notices that the wives, or the women in this small town, they're a bit, they're dazed. They're in a daze, and they act really unusual, and something's up, and she can't put a finger on it, but she's got to get to the bottom of it. But yeah, really, really just great movie, this one. You can pause it here and read the synopsis. Highly recommend this one. Rent it, watch it, buy it. But yep. Now, let's do the outro.
What can I say? I absolutely love horror films. And how many of these movies that I showed you all do you currently know and own? Because that's a wrap, folks. Thank you all for watching. I'm Mike Starr. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below with any questions. And also, don't forget to check out my previous horror movie collection video. I'll put a link in the description to where you can watch that video. But I'm out of here, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you all then, folks. Have a good night.